You're watching the Big 12 on ESPN. Tonight from the campus of Baylor University in Waco, Texas, it's the second-ranked Baylor Bears hosting the Oklahoma Sooners. Hi, everybody, and welcome inside the Farrell Center, the Paul J. Meyer Arena. I'm John Morris alongside former Baylor All-American Katie Smith. Katie, for Baylor, they dropped their first match of the season, but have been impressive in 3 straight wins since.
OU's coming in looking to win their first conference match of the 2020 season and playing against a Baylor team that currently has a 20-win home winning streak and is looking to turn it into 21.
How about Kara McGee coming off an outstanding freshman season a year ago? She's off to a great start to her sophomore campaign.
McGee is ranked second in the nation with a hitting efficiency of .514. She had 12 kills on only 14 attempts last Saturday against TCU and is playing incredibly for the Bears this season.
And one of the fine newcomers for the Oklahoma Sooners is from France. Gouet Diouf is off to a great start to her college career.
Diouf, only a freshman, is ranked second in the Big 12 with 4.43 kills per set and won Rookie of the Week in her first week out.
Coach Ryan McGuire beginning his 6th season as head coach here at Baylor. He is the reigning Big 12 and AVCA National Coach of the Year. Baylor, of course, in the Final Four last season. His 6th year at Baylor. Lindsey Gray Walton is in her 3rd season as head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners. And her team in the NCAA tournament a year ago with 19 wins. The former All-ACC player at Georgia Tech and a former assistant at the University of Kentucky. So, Katie, it's Baylor and OU, and again with the new format this year, we'll play Baylor and OU tonight. We'll have Baylor and OU tomorrow night, but that's life in the Big 12 and really in college volleyball this year.
It is. There's a change in format, which means a change in strategy, with these teams having to make quick changes and really only having 20 hours to turn around in between matches.
All the starters there for Baylor, and here are the OU starters for the match tonight. Chelsea Carrington, Paige Anderson, Sarah Sanders, all Big 12 a year ago, Tyler Alcorn, Grace Talpish, and Gouet Dion from France. Look forward to seeing her, and really a great start to her collegiate career here in the States. 31 kills in her first 2 matches combined. Here we go. Oklahoma serving to begin this evening. And Marika Vandermark with that big left-hand swing gives Baylor the first point of the night.
Great cross-court swing there by Marika Vandermark. Has always been a go-to for Baylor, but even more so last year in the tournament. She beat her career kills each match, building up into the first 3 matches of the tournament, and is a huge go-to for the team this year.
Big to keep that one alive. Here's Marika again. OU keeps it alive. Just underway. First set. Cross court by Presley. And that is milestone kill number 1,500 for Yassiana Presley in her outstanding Baylor career.
Good look again to see how she did it with style.
1,500, Katie, she's gunning for you.
She's
top
coming.
of that list.
Ready or not.
That is just in on the back line, point Baylor. Baylor goes up 3-0 on Oklahoma to start the match this evening. Callie Williams there. Callie, a transfer from Tennessee, was a teammate at Tennessee with Keaton Kinley of Oklahoma. Baylor serving. Now Bramschreiber in that libero role for Baylor. This one out on the far side, point Oklahoma. It's 3-1 Bears, set number 1, Baylor and OU. Big 12 volleyball from the Farrell Center in Waco this evening.
Chanel Bramschreiber out of Plano, Texas, a player that this Baylor coaching staff has been so excited about. She had some injuries early on, but great to see her in that libero jersey this year, demanding the back row.
Asia Hardy serving for the Sooners. Set for Vandermark. Swing on the near side by Sarah Sanders. Sanders again for OU.
A lot of big swings on both sides of the net right now, looking for who wants to put it away.
And into the net, point Baylor. Baylor goes up 4-1 on the Sooners. Marika Vandermark back to serve for the Bears.
Definitely a unique serve we're seeing from Vandermark. A very aggressive topspin serve, something that she's been working on over this past offseason.
That is in for the ace by Marika.
And clearly it's working. That is incredible.
High toss made popular by our own Katie Smith.
I don't know. I think she looks better doing it.
5-1 Baylor on top, first set here in the Farrell Center. And point Baylor to go up 6-1. So a quick start by the Bears here on their home floor. Baylor coming off a couple of sweeps against TCU last weekend. They opened on the road at Kansas, lost their first match of the year to KU, came back to sweep them. So Baylor's actually won 3 consecutive matches, all by 3-0 sweeps.
They have. I think that first match at KU was a good, maybe a wake-up call of, okay, we need to play Baylor volleyball and play clean, and they really have done that since that loss.
Emily Van Slate on the floor for the Bears. This is Keaton Kinley to serve, the senior out of Lexington, Kentucky, transfer from Tennessee. Wow, there's Presley. That's that big swing by the All-American, Yassiana Presley for the Baylor point. Baylor goes up 7-2.
Love watching her hit the ball. So fun to see just her mix up her shots. We just saw her go sharp cross, and now we saw her hit that deeper corner shot. Just so much in Yassiana Presley's arsenal, and rightfully so. That is why she was the national player of the year.
Senior out of Cy Falls High School in the Houston area. Nice dig by OU to keep that point alive. And can't quite get that one. Point Baylor. 8-2, Bears lead first set.
Kara McGee, we talked about in the Open how she is #2 in the nation. And truly 12 kills on 14 attempts last week against TCU. I mean, just a very consistent player, and she's young. She hasn't been playing that long at this level, and she's just smart and wise.
Nelson Carrington leaves it just short at the net. Is that a percentage she could keep up for a time? It's hard.
I don't know if it is.
It would be hard. Well, let's don't put anything past her. How about that?
Yeah, I believe it.
Timeout will step aside. Baylor off to an early 9-2 lead. First set, Baylor OU, Big 12. Very good. In fact, undefeated at home last season.
He is. He is the National Coach of the Year last season for a reason. Has had so much success with this Baylor program and has really put them on the map for college volleyball.
20 straight at home, includes that 17-0 mark last season. Presley serving for Baylor as we get back to play. And nice kill right in the middle for a 10-2 Baylor lead. There is Kara McGee, the sophomore out of San Antonio Clark High School.
Good look at it again. Awesome seeing Callie Williams and Kara McGee having such a good chemistry together. Their first year really on the court together as Callie Williams has that starting setter position.
Big swing and a kill by Sarah Sanders, the senior out of Plano, back in her home state of Texas, Plano West High School. Shot of how Sarah Sanders was all Big 12 a year ago. And OU to serve now, Olivia Curtis doing the honors. Sophomore out of Oklahoma City, Christian Heritage High School. The net can't quite get it over. Point Baylor, 11-3, the Baylor lead here in the first set. Coming off an open weekend last weekend. This is Baylor's third opponent of the year. All 3 have had open dates the week before they've played Baylor. How does that happen?
You know, it's funny. You never want someone to have the bye week before you, but it used to only be that they got maybe that Wednesday match off. But now, by not playing that weekend, you get about 2 weeks to prepare for your next opponent.
Sooners' tough opening schedule. They played Texas to open 2 weeks ago at them in Norman, and then playing at Baylor here in week number 3. Cross court, point, OU. As Gouet Diouf, the freshman from France, member of the under-19 French national team. There's a good look at her, the outstanding freshman here in the Big 12 Conference.
She really is. Cool how she ended up at Oklahoma. Her uncle played, or not played, he just went to Oklahoma, heard about Oklahoma. She sent an Instagram message to the coaching staff, and they said, oh, we better check this kid out. And it is clearly paying off for everyone very well right now for the Sooners.
We have a challenge coming on this last call. It was ruled it was touched by Oklahoma, Baylor point, but it'll be challenged by Lindsey Gray Walton, the OU head coach. Yeah, that's a nice phone call to get, or an Instagram message to get, is how it happened, right?
Yeah, just an Instagram message.
Yeah.
I believe it was just the Oklahoma Volleyball Instagram page.
Hey, let's check this girl out. She's on the French under-19 national team. Here's a look at what they are looking at here. Ruled a touch. Baylor players immediately signaled that there was a touch.
Yeah, you see Callie Williams running back to that line, just trying to make sure it keeps going.
Here's a look at what they're looking at on the replay. Right there. Boy, I don't know.
Tough to tell from that angle. Kind of looks like no touch. But again, they don't ask us, or at least they haven't yet.
There's the ruling on the review. It is overturned, point to Oklahoma. So a well-timed challenge there by Lindsey Gray Walton. Point Sooners, 12-5, Baylor on top. Big Barreau is the assistant coach, Cullen Irons. Kyle Walton, the volunteer assistant. Drake Stenberg is the director of operations for Oklahoma Volleyball. Trying to continue their upward trend under Lindsey Gray Walton. Back-to-back points on the upward trend for the Sooners, makes it 12-6.
Yeah, we talk about the success that Lindsey Gray Walton has had. They made the NCAA tournament for the first time last year, since 2014, I believe. And you can just tell. We got to talk to her earlier this week, John and I did, and it's just, you can tell how much her players respect her and how much she's done for this program. So fun to see them having such success this year.
And that kill is good down the line in for Oklahoma. The Oklahoma point, and they close within 5. Look at it. Down the line on the swing by Sanae Dotson. Yes, that is the daughter of Santana Dotson, former Baylor football All-American, and Monique Dotson. Kind of looking around the crowd to see if Santana and Monique are here tonight. Point Baylor, Yassiana Presley. Santana, one of Baylor's all-time great defensive linemen. Sanae ends up playing volleyball at Oklahoma. 13-7, Baylor on top. Callie Williams serving for the Bears. Diouf over the net.
A little bit of a scramble on both sides right now.
Boy, not there for Diouf. She comes through big time with the swing and the kill. 13-8, Sooners back within 5 here in the first set.
Such an asset when a team has an outside hitter that can rotate to the back row and still be just as offensive there as they are in the front row.
Powerful swing you can see by Gouet Diouf, the freshman. Kelsey Carrington serving, another freshman from Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin. And long, point Baylor to make it 14-8 here in the first set. Katie, 3 weeks into the season, what do you think about the new format, or the format this year for the Big 12 when you play the same team back-to-back nights? What are the pluses and maybe negatives of that?
I think in terms of pluses, the good news is, right, the reason that it's happening is because it helps with the COVID protocols. It keeps everyone as safe as possible. Another positive might be that it gives teams a little more time to prepare for their opponent. A negative really is that the fact that you play the exact same team back-to-back nights, not only physically is it hard to turn around that fast, but it's hard to really make any real changes in that 20 hours that you get when you're sleeping for half of them. So I think it really is testing teams in different ways this year.
Cross-court swing and kill by Sine Dotson. Another kill for the sophomore from Houston. Good look at Sine. Yeah, it's really different. You do have, there's no midweek matches, so there are either Thursday, Friday, as this one is, or a Friday, Saturday. But again, that turnaround, within 24 hours to play the same team twice really makes it interesting. Marika Vandermark, left-hand swing for the Baylor point.
Yeah, I think so many of these coaches have also been playing the same schedule as long as they've been in the same conference for a while. And so you get used to your schedule. Okay, we're going to scout on this day. We're going to recover on this day. And it really has shaken up everything that they've done in previous seasons.
16-9 Baylor leads, make it 16-10 as Sanders gets that one over the net for the Oklahoma point.
Love talking to Coach Lindsey Gray Walton about Sanders earlier this week and just hearing her talk about what a leader they have in Sanders and just the way that she sets goals and then surprises herself. I think that's just about the coolest thing for a coach to say about you, that, we give her goals and then she surpasses them every time. So
very complimentary. Diouf swing is wide, point Baylor. Diouf trying to go cross court. So it's 17-10, Baylor on top. First set here in the Farrell Center. Another look at that one, just wide. Marika Vandermark with the serve, and she's going to get an ace out of it.
So fun to watch the amount of success she's having with this, just with how risky that serve is. I absolutely love it.
Well done, Marika. High toss. And a lot of power. And Marika's just getting going with her celebrations, too.
I know.
Wait till she really gets going.
This is first set stuff for Marika.
Yeah, that's right. Tip into the net, point Baylor. 19-10, Baylor on top. Timeout, Oklahoma. Sooners trailing 19-10 here in the first set. We'll keep it right here. But a timeout called by Lindsey Gray Walton in her third season as head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners.
High efficiencies, giving Callie Williams just a ton of options.
Update that number to 15:02, and there's Katie Stager-Smith, the all-time kills leader at Baylor, and now our broadcast partner. 1,700, but Yasi is coming fast. Katie Sanders between you two. But and then Yasiana would have a chance to come back for another year also. So.
She would. No, I think it is so fun to watch her. Records are made to be broken.
There you go.
I would love to watch her
That's
do it.
a very good approach. That's like when Robert Griffin was closing in on some of J.J. Joe's records. J.J. couldn't have been happier. He could not have been happier with that.
So fun. She is incredible.
Point Baylor, Kara McGee in the middle. Take a look at this one again. Wow. Not much you can do about that. Marika celebrates the Kara McGee kill for a 20-10 Baylor lead. Long on that serve, 20-11, Baylor on top.
Just out there, but definitely strung a few good points together for Baylor on her first few serves. And I think that's what's so fun about Marika Vandermark taking on this serve, is watching Coach McGuire just tell her to absolutely go for it every time and not really worry what happens, because with a serve like that, that's kind of what you have to do.
Here is Keaton Kenley serving for OU, the senior from Lexington, Kentucky. That one's wide, point OU, 20-12 is the Baylor lead. Presley. I thought she had it in, I think, but it was wide.
She disagrees.
Here comes Presley again, and that one is long, point Sooners.
But I love that out of Yassiana Presley, that she missed one and she went right back for it to the exact same spot. Let's see if we can get her to go for it a third time.
A little bit of a hamstring issue the last couple of weeks for Yassiana. Point Sooners, that is 3 straight. Double hit there, 20-14 now. Sooners close within 6 here in the first set. Wiping up some perspiration on the floor, and we'll go again. Keaton Kinley continues the serve for the Sooners. And long and wide, point Baylor. Stops that run by OU. Baylor leads by 7 again, 21-14. Here's Yassiana Presley to serve for Baylor, that front line. Making sure they're all on the same page. Yassi with that left upper leg wrap taped. Nice block in the middle by Carrington.
Great coverage by Emily Van Slate for Baylor.
And Kara McGee hits through the block for the Baylor point.
No surprises there that Kara McGee puts the ball away.
Great set and right down.
Goodness
from
gracious.
the middle.
She's so fun to watch.
Big hops for Kara McGee. Kinley over the net for OU. McGee again, and another kill for Kara McGee.
Kara McGee playing exactly like we expect her to play. She now has 5 kills on only 7 attempts.
Wow. Presley serving is short. It's into the net, point Sooners, so stops that run by Baylor. Baylor up by 8, 23-15 in set number 1. 2 points away from set victory for Baylor. Olivia Curtis will serve, sophomore out of Oklahoma City. And the point for OU on the serve by Curtis.
Really good deep float serve there by Curtis.
Slate couldn't handle that one. Here she is again, 23-16. And Baylor.
From the likes of Kara McGee once again.
Wow. 24-16 set point for Baylor. 6 kills in the first set by Kara McGee. And she is serving, trying to finish out the first set. OU has other ideas. Into the net, point Baylor, and looks like that's going to be it. So that is the 25th point here in the first set. First set goes the way of the Baylor Bears, 25-16 over Oklahoma. One down. McGee back on the floor. There's associate head coach Jason Williams on the sideline. Part of Ryan McGuire's staff for the 6th season. Sam Erger, associate head coach. Shelby Livingstone is the volunteer assistant coach here with Baylor Volleyball. Baylor without Kellyanne Layton, but it's an excused absence for Kellyanne.
Yes, Kellyanne and her husband Scott gave birth to their son Zane Holden Layton last Friday, right before the Baylor first match of the season. So congratulations to them. So excited for that family.
Oh, look at there.
Good look at them. Have you ever seen a cuter baby, John? I know you have kids. I don't, so I can say it.
There's Zane Holden Layton right there. Welcome to the Baylor family, Zane and Kellyanne and Scott. Congratulations to you. That's terrific.
So
That's terrific. All right, here we go. Set number 2. Campbell Bowden serving for Baylor, known as Soup to her teammates and Coach McGuire.
I love that nickname.
That's
Soup.
good. Presley took something off that one.
Yeah, mixing in some shots.
Buff took nothing off that one, but it's Baylor's point.
Was a call out of bounds there on the pin? I didn't see it, but I'm guessing that's all it could have been.
So first point of the second set goes the way of the homestanding Bears. Reach over the net, point Baylor for a 2-0 Bears lead.
Baylor doing a good job tonight of being aggressive behind that service line and getting OU out of system.
Good look at that, right on the net. Diouf blocked, but falls in for the Oklahoma point. Baylor was in good position there for the block, but Diouf strong enough to get through it for the OU point. Makes it 2-1, Baylor on top.
We've seen Diouf hit over the block. We've seen her hit through the block. We've seen her tool the block. Just a really smart player. Sitting here, I kind of keep forgetting she's only a freshman.
Yeah. Kenley gets it over the net, keeps the point alive. Nice swing in the middle, point Baylor. Lachey Harper. Middle blocker, grad transfer to the Baylor program. Originally from Richmond, Virginia, transferring to Baylor from UCF. It's the Bears up 3-1. Chanel Bremschreiber serving. Nice block. McGee and Presley combined for the block and the Baylor point. Bremschreiber, a junior out of Plano, Lovejoy High School. A lot of great players out of Plano.
Just a few.
Just a few. That is in for the Baylor point, just inside the back line. Kara McGee again gets Baylor on top 5-1 over the Sooners. Bremschreiber serving. Diouf. Bremschreiber the set for Presley. And still alive. Yeah, OU keeps it alive.
They sure did.
Well done. Oh, how about that?
Goodness gracious.
Put that one on the highlight reel for Kara McGee, having an
how
outstanding
could
match.
not? Show us again.
I don't know what you do about that.
I don't
how you
think you
defend
do
that.
anything. I don't think you can.
Duck and hide. What you do
Hope
there.
it doesn't hit you.
6-1 Baylor.
Kara McGee truly having an incredible season. An error from her that we don't normally see.
That's right.
The first of the day.
Swung a little long there. Point Sooners. 6-2 our score. Second set. Baylor won the first set 25-16.
She's kind of smiling at that one.
Their last three matches, Baylor has swept their opponent 3-0. That was 2 against TCU last weekend and the second match against Kansas to open the season in Lawrence. Point Baylor down the line by Presley for a 7-2 lead. How about the note by Max Calderon also? Baylor's hit 40% as a team, each of its 3 victories this season. So that's 3 in a row. Baylor had hit above 40% as a team in just 4 matches. 4 matches from 2017 to 2019.
Yeah, I think that just goes to show when you see numbers like that, obviously you have incredible hitters, but then you got to believe it's all because of the passers and the setter as well. So Baylor really just firing on all cylinders. When they are on, they are extremely clean, and that is going to be the story of their season.
Diouf serves for OU. Blocked out of bounds. Point Baylor for an 8-3 lead here in the second set.
Kara McGee with kill number 9 on that last tool of the block.
Presley serving for Baylor. Long point Bears, 9-3 is the Baylor lead. Yassiana just sort of kind of a no-frills serve, just fires it over the net.
Yeah, but
every time.
extremely effective.
Very.
She's number 7 in the Big 12 in aces per set right now. But you're right. I think it's because she just backs up so far and it's so hard to read.
McGee short on that one into the net for the Sooners point. Left that one short, 9-4, Baylor on top. Abby Butler will serve for the Sooners. Sophomore middle blocker from Flower Mound High School, one of the Texans on this OU roster. Fans allowed at 25% here in the Farrell Center, and looks like they've done a good job of spreading out, distancing themselves. Service way long there by McGee, point for the Sooners.
Yeah, a lot of teams in the Big 12 have had to change facilities to meet some of those COVID protocols. So kind of nice at the Farrell Center, even though there's not as many fans as maybe the teams used to, it's nice that they're able to spread out in here and they have room to work with.
That's the way of the world right now.
It sure is.
Social distancing, spreading out. Just glad we're having sporting events. Big swing for the Baylor point.
2 kills back-to-back there for Yassiana Presley out of the back row. We talked about Diouf and what a weapon she is in the back row. And I think Baylor has that in Yassiana Presley. We also saw it last week and a lot out of Lauren Harrison, who's out this week with injury. But very cool to have players that are getting kills the entirety of the match.
11-5 is the Baylor lead. That one will fall in for the Sooners point. Sarah Sanders, another point for OU. Sanders in her senior year. It's going to be an interesting season. It already is in some ways, but there will not be a postseason in the fall. Postseason for NCAA volleyball will be in the spring. So they'll play here in the fall. There'll be a Big 12 champion. That'll be the automatic qualifier to the NCAA tournament. And it'll be a smaller tournament, 48 teams, not 64 like normal, but it won't take place until April, till the spring.
Yeah, it won't be till April, which is interesting because some of these teams are in the heat of their season now. Some will be later. So kind of the best solution that the conference, that the NCAA could come up with, but awesome that these teams have a national championship to be shooting for, whether they're playing anytime soon or it's in April.
That's true. That won't mess with your sand volleyball schedule, will it, in the spring?
I don't know how that's going to work for people.
All right. Nice series. Graham Schreiber. Blocked by Baylor. Nice dig. Kinley. Presley, the changeup. Wow.
Oh,
wow, what a point. What a great point by both sides. Quite a rally by both the Bears and the Sooners. It ends with the Baylor point to go up 13-6. Here's the way it ended.
But about 6 back and forths before that, I think. Campbell Bowden mixing in that short serve, and he returns it well.
Point Sooners, they come right back. Total kills, Baylor with 19 so far tonight, 10 by OU. They won the first set, they lead 1-0. Lead in the second set 13-7. And Marika Vandermark hits through the block. Point Bears. Another difference we'll see this year is teams don't switch ends. They stay same end of the court for the entire match.
Yep, which most teams do kind of have that home side that at least Baylor's used to starting on this side. We'll see tomorrow night that they'll switch. But just talking about certain facilities, I'd say the Farrell Center is pretty even, but some, there's definitely a side that might be easier to see, whether there's a screen or a big white wall. So keeps it as fair as possible by having them switch that second night.
Duff with the kill for Oklahoma. Dwayne Diouf. 4th kill of the night. 14-8, Baylor on top. My high school French coming into play.
I was going to ask. You seem fluent.
Thank you. Locked out of bounds for the Baylor point. Take a break. Baylor up 15-8. Set number 2. Baylor up a set on the Sooners. You're watching Big 12. Differences are as well, but it won't be decided. The tournament and the national championship won't be decided until the spring. They'll begin on January 22nd. Selection date will be April 4th. Championship April 23rd and the 25th. We're through the 25th at a site yet to be determined. So playing in the fall, and then they'll gear back up and play again. Hopefully make a run at a national championship in the fall, in the spring.
I think those dates of the 23rd through 25th might end up smart because they might be kind of right in those dead days right before finals, or maybe that final week of class. So it could be good for the student athletes.
Diouf, big time swing for the kill. Sooners come out of the timeout with the first point. It's at 15-9, Baylor on top. Diouf to serve for the Sooners. You 0-2 on the season. Drop 2 to Texas to take a set in the second match with Texas to open the season.
When we look at last season, right? So the Big 12 tied for the Big 12 championship is Texas and Baylor, and then OU right there behind them, and then having to face both of them first. So we talked about it earlier, not exactly the greatest draw for them, but nice to get some of these top teams out of the way early.
Presley serving for Baylor. Just over the net. Nice touch by Baylor's K.J. Johnson for the Baylor point.
K.J. Johnson out of Pearland, Texas. We're getting to see her a lot tonight, and Coach McGuire is just so excited about her as a player, and just saying, you know, maybe we haven't heard her name a lot yet, but it's a player that we definitely will. We're starting to now, and can really play with just about anybody in any gym.
Nice job to return that shot by Presley. Just over the net, the touch by Yassiana Presley for the Baylor point. 18-9, Baylor leads here in the second set. Timeout Sooners. Keep it right here with Baylor up 18-9 in the second set. Well, the news this afternoon that Baylor football is halting football operations as of today, and they will take a break through the weekend. It was an open date on the schedule for Coach Dave Aranda and Baylor football, so now they will take a break for the weekend, come back on Sunday. They still have hopes of playing next Saturday week, a homecoming game against the Oklahoma State Cowboys at McLean Stadium. So hope that happens, but as of right now, football at Baylor has halted their practices. Take a look at this. Yassiana Presley can do it all. There's the big swing. And then the touch point for Yassiana Presley.
She really is so well-rounded, and I think talking to Coach McGuire, it's like, can she even get better? I mean, she's the National Player of the Year as a junior, coming back as a senior. She's stronger, she's smarter, she has the whole package. But one of the biggest things he said was just how much smarter of a player she's becoming, and seeing that tip from the back row is an exact example of what he's talking about.
Well, it helps when you can levitate in the air like she can and decide what you're doing.
She's playing with different resources out there.
There's a look around the Big 12 matches this weekend. Tech at TCU. They're playing tonight and Friday. It's on Big 12 Now on ESPN+. West Virginia at Kansas Friday and Saturday on Big 12 Now on ESPN+. And Iowa State at Texas tonight and Friday. You can catch that on the Longhorn Network.
So when Baylor was playing at Kansas, their county mandate had it where they didn't have fans at that time, but thought at some point in the season they might. So I'm curious if that's happening this weekend or maybe a little bit more down the road.
Presley will serve for the Bears, now up by 10 in the second set. 19-9 is the Baylor lead.
She really is like 20 feet behind that
She's
service.
way back. Exactly. It's like some tennis players serve from way back there.
Yep.
Also, just more comfortable, I guess. Another point for the Bears to go up 20-9 on OU.
Kennedy Johnson again with a smart shot. Her last 2 kills have been an off speed, just showing her what a smart, mature player she is.
Another timeout by OU, down 20-9 here in the second set. The OU Brain Trust talking about it, and Baylor leads 20-9. Big 12 Now on ESPN Plus is a must-have for Big 12 fans. There are 7 additional Baylor women's volleyball matches and 5 featuring the Sooners. Plus, you'll get more than 400 live events. Sign up today at espnplus.com/Big12Now. Great advantage of Big 12 Now is a lot of games, events are archived, so you can watch it live. If you miss it for whatever reason, you can go back and watch it later. Watching you and Lincoln Rose last week, Baylor and TCU here in the Farrell Center. It's a great option to go back on. Big 12 Now on ESPN Plus.
Yeah, especially with Big 12 volleyball, everyone playing pretty much at the same time across the conference. For those volleyball fans out there, if you want to watch one game live and watch another one later, more power to you.
Katie, we talked about Keaton Kinley at the start of our match tonight. She is definitely one of the keys for OU.
She is. I mean, back-to-back Big 12 Libero of the Year and still with a senior season. Gosh, has to be so excited for Coach Lindsey Gray Walton. We saw 4.91 digs per set there. But even more so, just a vocal leader. Coach Gray Walton talked about how she's kind of that constant, steady voice in the back row for OU, and how she kind of coaches the team while she's out there.
Point Sooners coming out of the timeout. 20-10 now is the Baylor lead over OU. Serving for the Sooners is Sam Anthony, a freshman out of Longmont, Colorado. Wind up and swing, and Presley handles that one. KJ Johnson back over. And point Sooners. Tyler Alcorn with the point for OU. Alcorn on that front row, freshman out of Lafayette, Louisiana. Pulls the Sooners within 9. That is 2 straight points coming out of the timeout.
So we saw Alcorn there. We saw Sam Anthony serve. Kelsey Carrington is dynamic for the Sooners, and then Gouet Diouf. All 4 of the freshmen for OU have seen tons of playing time this year, which is exciting. It's exciting for OU to be coming into this season with so many young faces on the court.
Point Bears makes it 21-11. McGee serving. Another point there for Sine Dotson. Dotson, a sophomore out of Houston Memorial High School. Got to scan the crowd and see if Santana and Monique are here.
Give him a call.
Yeah.
Ooh, good tough serve by Talpish.
And KJ Johnson comes right back with the Baylor point. 22-12, Baylor is on top. We're in the second set. Baylor won the first set, 25-16.
Callie Williams, former teammate in Keaton Kinley across the court, and father in Jason Williams just right on the sideline. So cool to have her out on the court right now. Jason works a lot with setters, so kind of a fun dynamic for this Baylor team.
Right down for the kill in the middle by Harper for Baylor. Shea Harper. And it's 23-12, Baylor on top. 2 points away from what would be a 2-0 lead over OU. Callie Williams. That is wide, point Baylor, and it's set point for the Bears, leading 24-12 here in the second set. Callie Williams could serve out the set here for the Bears. Not going to happen on that one. It's long, point
Just
Sooners.
a little bit out.
Callie Williams and Keaton Kinley not only teammates at Tennessee, but they were roommates there as well. Now find themselves on opposite sides here in the Big 12, Baylor and OU. Asia Hardy serving for the Sooners. Still set point for Baylor, and there it is. Baylor's taking the first 2 sets of this match against the Sooners tonight, 25-13 in set number 2, following a 25-16 win by Baylor in set 1. Here's the way it...
She's great. She's done so much for this Baylor program, and is just such a good mentor for the girls to have someone to look up to who played at Rice, who knows how they feel and what they're going through. So fun having Shelby at Baylor.
All right, beginning the third set, Baylor up 2-0 on Oklahoma. First serve, point Sooners on the serve by Grace Talpish, sophomore from Temecula, California.
Temecula.
And that one into the net by Marika. Look on her face kind of says it all.
Yeah,
not happy
not
about
pleased.
that.
I would probably set her again in this moment.
2-0 lead for Oklahoma to start this third set. Talpash. And that is wide on the serve, point Baylor.
I feel like we've seen a decent number of missed serves on both sides in this set, and I think part of it might be both teams really are going for it from behind the service line. So sometimes you kind of have to weigh, okay, is it worth it to miss a few to get the other team out of system?
Serve is long, point Sooners. You're watching Baylor and Oklahoma Big 12 volleyball from Waco. Baylor, the number 2 team in the nation, riding a 20-match home court winning streak, trying to extend that tonight in Big 12 play against the Sooners.
20 matches.
20
That's
matches in a row at home. 17-0 last season here in the Farrell Center. Part of, quite simply, the best season in Baylor volleyball history. 29 wins, co-Big 12 championship along with Texas. Went to the Final Four for the first time, played in the Final Four in Pittsburgh last year. You were there.
I was. That easily was a highlight of my life for me, just to get to watch them go so deep in the tournament, and such a blast to watch them make it so far and play on the biggest stage in college volleyball.
Serve into the net gives the Sooners the point. 4-2, OU on top to start this third set. First time tonight Baylor has fallen behind to start a set. Serve by Kinley. Presley flies in for the kill.
Boom.
I mean, she flies through the air and has that powerful swing with her right arm. 4-3, Sooners lead cut to 1.
Just the hang time. It is incredible. Oh, let's see it again. I love it. I love it.
Yuff over the net for OU. Point Sooners. They go up 5-3 on Baylor here to start the third set.
Looking at this Sooner team and talking to Coach Gary Walton earlier this week, I thought she made such a good point. She said, as coaches, we always have the answers. If our player has a question, I know what to tell them. And in this COVID world, there's a lot of time that no one has the answers. So just to see the way that both of these teams have adapted to get here is pretty incredible.
Tara McGee, the big swing and the kill for Baylor. Chanel Bramschreiber off to the side to a strong pat on the back from Coach Ryan McGuire. Oh, nice. Nice point, Sooners, to go up 6-4 on Baylor. In the middle, that was Grace Talpish. Now Gouet Diouf serving for OU.
Grace Talpish and Callie Williams, not the tallest setters we've seen on the court, but both we've seen them really successful offensively. We just saw that last dump from Talpish, and then we've seen Callie Williams go 3 for 3 on dumps tonight.
Wide on the cross court by Baylor's KJ Johnson. Point Sooners. They lead 7-4. Diouf, as we mentioned, had 31 kills in the first 2 matches of the year. That came against Texas for Diouf. Big 12 Rookie of the Week in her debut against Texas. First OU Rookie of the Week since 2015. 7-5, Oklahoma leads over Baylor, and Baylor will take over serving duties. Here is Callie Williams. Dotson gets that one to fall for OU. Sine Dotson with the point. Look at Sine. And the Sooner point that puts them up 8-5 on Baylor. We're in the 3rd set. Baylor leads 2-0 over the visitors from Norman. These two teams will meet again tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be on Big 12 now on ESPN Plus tomorrow night. Baylor point pulls the Bears within 2 now at 8-6 in the 3rd set.
Campbell Bowden behind the service line, otherwise known as Soup. Again, a nickname I love.
I like it.
Coach McGuire talking about how much ball control she brings to this team. She was out for their first match against Kansas, and that was something in that loss that Coach McGuire said really made the difference, that they were missing her.
That one was ruled in. Coach McGuire thinks he has a better look at it, and he will challenge that call. So he is using one of his challenges here, and they'll look at the replay of that one. Was it in or was it out? Lindsey Gray Walton, the head coach of the Sooners, gathers her team around her. Here's another look. Here's what they're looking at.
Tough to tell from my angle at least.
Yeah, not real definitive on those replays. Ryan McGuire was kind of standing right along that inline, so he felt like he had a good look at it. Felt very confident in his challenge.
Yeah.
Right now it stands 9-6. Let's look at the challenge system changes this year. Touch and the in and out calls are now one reviewable challenge. Here's the result of this one. Call stands. It is not overturned. If the match goes to 5 sets, each team gets another challenge in that 5th set.
That change of touch in or out being one challenge that you can call for, that really changes it, because you can raise it if you think it might be one or the other at really opportune times in the match. So I think we'll see that affect matches, especially if they're called towards the end of sets here in this upcoming season.
Almost gives you another challenge, really.
Yeah.
You know, counting those.
It's like maybe it's one or the other.
Right. So that one stands. That's the way the system works. 9-6, Oklahoma on top of Baylor, 3rd set. Rika Vandermark.
Keaton Kinley, Big 12 Libero of the Year 2 years in a row, and that is why.
There's why. Kinley keeps this one alive. Diouf, nice touch over the net for the kill. Point OU, Wade Diouf for the Sooners. This nice little touch right there in the middle. 10-6, OU on top.
Yeah, we've seen Presley do it and Diouf, but you don't regularly see a tip or a shot from the back row. So cool to see them implementing that.
Shea Harper for Baylor with the kill in the middle. 10-7 is our score. OU with the lead.
Great swing by Lachey Harper, and then Kara McGee subbing in for Baylor. One thing we're starting to see in this set is OU moving their block and staying a little tighter to the middle, knowing that Kara McGee has had so much success early on. We talked about it before. That is Baylor's weapon, the fact that if you pull the block in too much, then we just leave Yassiana Presley wide open on the outside, which nobody wants. So interesting to see what they'll do here.
There's Chanel Bramschreiber, junior out of Plano, serving for Baylor. Alternate color jersey of the libero. He gets that one over. OU tips it back, but then on the tip by Baylor, it's out. Point Sooners. 11-7. OU maintains their lead. Rika Vandermark awaits. Serve coming from Asia Hardy of OU.
In OU's opening match against Texas, we saw them lose in 3, and then the next night turn around and take a set from them. So I think this fight that we're seeing in this OU team is pretty common. I think it's something we're going to see a lot this season.
Kinley diving on the floor to keep that one alive. Here comes Presley. Nice dig by Hardy. Oof. Presley again, little touch over the net. Oof, the same, and then the kill in the middle by Kara McGee. That is 12 on the night by Kara McGee. She has 12 kills. Yassiana Presley has 11. Kara McGee didn't look like a freshman last year, the way she played.
She really didn't.
Doesn't look like a sophomore now, really. Plays like an underclassman, an upperclassman since she stepped on campus.
Yeah, she does, which is so fun. We talked a lot last year, the name Shelly Stafford. Everyone's heard it. So much success there, but the fact that Baylor is able to have those 2 strong middles and then to see Kara McGee step in to that starting spot and just be an even bigger impact player this year after making the All-Big 12 rookie team and All-Big 12 second team last season.
McGee, who misfires on that one, Point Sooners. They lead 13-8. Keaton Kinley continues to serve for OU. Yassiana Presley. And point Baylor. Presley, with her ability to hang in the air, almost can choose. She's in the air and she's thinking, do I hit it left, right, center, deep, short, touch?
Yeah, right. She's up there long enough to say, okay, the block has moved. Where do I want to put it?
That's right.
So fun.
There's Presley. Youth for OU. Let's rally going. McGee tips it over. Nice save there by Talpish. And that one is wide. Point Baylor. Really good plays on that rally by both sides. Is in for the Sooner point just inside the back line. 14-10, OU continues to lead. Scored the first couple of points of this third set and have not trailed. Baylor does lead 2-0.
Sanders read the defense really well there and was able to hit that deep line shot that every right side hopes to have in their arsenal.
Oh, how about Callie Williams, the little tip over the net for the Baylor point. Well timed by Callie.
I mean, I really do think it's important to note that on 4 dumps, she has been successful on all of them.
At 5'9".
Yeah.
14-11. Youth keeps firing away. She's going to get the point on this one. She had 3 big swings on that rally, and finally hit one that Baylor's Kara McGee couldn't quite handle. Gets us to a break here in the third set. OU with the lead on Baylor. A lot of activity going on here in the heart of Texas, including volleyball inside the Farrell Center. Baylor, the number 2 team in the nation, hosting the Sooners. First of 2 nights in a row, Baylor and OU. Baylor up 2-0, having won the first 2 sets, but OU leads in this third set 15-11. And Wade Juff will be serving as we resume play. Kinley.
Great read by Kinley.
And nice dump over the net for the Sooner point coming out of the timeout. Juff has played internationally, as we mentioned, part of the under-19 French national team. It's a great experience. Serve is long for the Baylor point. Then we asked Lindsay Gray Walton if she was older. Sometimes players international come in, they're older. Said actually she's younger. She's just now 18. So how about that? She's got all the experience, and just now 18 and a freshman at OU.
Yeah, just talking to her also about how different this is from her home in France, but how much she's just enjoyed being a part of the team. And we'll even look at when she was recruited and when she started coming here, right in the middle of COVID, right? So that's the spring when she's looking to even come on campus. So cool to see her in that Oklahoma Sooners uniform and out there playing.
It's not a very nice welcome to the United States.
No, sorry.
Which probably would have been that way anywhere in the world. A. Dotson with another swing for the kill. Dotson, point for the Sooners that puts them up 17-13. Kyler Alcorn serving for OU. Just over the net. And long on that return. Turns out to be very effective. That's a line drive in the scorebook.
That was very effective.
18-13, OU leads. Timeout Baylor. Coach Ryan McGuire and his team have fallen behind by 5. Keep it right here, 18-13, as the Sooners have had the lead this entire third set. Baylor's success in recent years under Ryan McGuire certainly due to some outstanding players like our own Katie Stager-Smith, now married to Chase Smith. Congratulations on the wedding in March. Sorry I couldn't be there.
I know, we almost canceled it.
Second team All-American 2017. Shelley Fanning, now Shelley Fanning Stafford. Second team All-American in 18. First team in 2019. Anna Locken Sedgwick married in the offseason as well to Jay Sedgwick, kicker on the Baylor football team. First team All-American. And of course, Yassiana Presley, first team All-American for Baylor last year. And in fact, the AVCA National Player of the Year. Yassiana Presley as a junior, helping lead Baylor to that terrific season we were talking about, 29 wins and a spot in the NCAA Final Four.
Yeah, Yassiana Presley, a huge reason for that success, and so well deserving of that AVCA National Player of the Year title, and I hope she gets it again. I feel like she's on the trajectory, and hopefully this Baylor team can make a deep Final Four run again this year.
There's Hannah Sedgwick on the scooter. Got to get her back out on the floor. Hey, remember, we'll have Game 5 of the NBA Finals tomorrow at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on ABC, ESPN Deportes, and the ESPN app. LeBron, AD, and the Lakers back in control of the series, up 3-1. Jimmy Butler and the Heat. Coverage starts with the NBA Countdown at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific tomorrow. Back to play here with the Sooners up on the Bears, 18-13 in the third set. And from the middle, Lachey Harper with the point for the Bears. Harper in the middle.
Fouling her fourth kill.
See the patches on the Baylor jerseys. The One campaign is underway on the Baylor campus. Every sport, every team has a patch talking about the One campaign and the unity among Baylor athletes in the Baylor family, and not just the Baylor family, but really across the board, all colors, all races, all just a combination of everyone coming together, and it's been very well received among Baylor student athletes, coaches, administrators, and everyone on campus as well.
Yeah, I think student athletes have such a huge platform to share what they think, to love people well. So love that Baylor's doing that this season.
(19-15) our score. Baylor point, pull within 4, and Chanel Bramschreiber is serving. There's Dotson with the point for OU. Sine Dotson for Oklahoma.
Dotson really coming alive tonight for the Sooners with 9 kills. She's hitting .500 right now. And fun that she has that Baylor connection. I'm sure she grew up coming to Baylor games with her dad, so fun to see her have so much success in the Farrell Center.
Asia Hardy to serve for OU, leading 20-15 over the Bears. Presley misfires on that one, taps her chest, says my fault. Timeout by Ryan McGuire and Baylor volleyball. Presley's got that look in her eyes. She's not going to let that happen again. Baylor down by 6 in the 3rd set. Trailing this Sooner team that won 19-9 a year ago in the NCAA tournament. Again, a real step forward in what was, at the time, Lindsey Gray Walton's 2nd season as head coach, now in her 3rd season. The record really on the trajectory. Upcoming matches for Baylor. At Oklahoma again tomorrow night. They'll unveil the banner here, championship banner for Baylor as part of the evening tomorrow night at Tech. Next week for 2 at Iowa State, October 23rd and 24th. All those matches on Big 12 Now on ESPN+.
Excited to see that banner drop in the Farrell Center tomorrow. We got to see the ring ceremony last Saturday and have some of those Final Four seniors from the season before come back.
And that's fun to see them celebrate. Here's the upcoming schedule for the Sooners. It's Baylor tomorrow night, hosting Kansas October 16th and 17th. And on from there for the Sooners. (21-15) our score. Oklahoma on top. And the Sooners are serving as we resume play. Watches it drop out of bounds. Point Sooners to go up 22-15 on Baylor here in this 3rd set. Sarah Sanders knew that was going to drop out of bounds, just watched it fall for the OU point.
Sarah Sanders on this preseason All Big 12 team for OU. We saw her have tons of success at blocking last year. She was number 3 in the conference, but definitely a weapon on the right side too. I think she's getting more sets in her senior season and just kind of has more of a leadership role for this OU team.
22-16 OU leads. It's Jenna Kelly serving for Baylor. Redshirt freshman from Templeton, California. And Point Sooners put them up 23-16.
A lot of heat behind that swing from Diouf.
Diouf now 9 kills on the night. She and Dotson are high for OU with 9 apiece. Baylor responds. 23-17, OU on top, third set.
I know we look at that wrap job done on Yassiana Presley's leg. It's so impressive. She still seems to be jumping higher than anyone and doesn't really seem to be too bothered by it. But I got to believe she's playing through a little bit of something.
Yeah, I've seen no indication at all that it's bothering her, at least while she's on the floor. So here's Yassi to serve. Sanders for OU. Point Sooners, and they've got set point. 24-17, OU on top here in the third set.
AJ Cooley coming off. I think Baylor subbed her in to try to get a little bigger block, but then put Callie Williams back in to run the show offensively.
Sam Anthony serves. Here's Presley. That is wide. Point Sooners, and they have taken the third set over the Bears. So Baylor won the first two. OU comes back to take set number 3, 25-17. We'll move on to the fourth set here in Waco when we... Gouet Diouf having a nice night, the freshman for Oklahoma from France, having a really nice night. In fact, that third set, she is up to 9 kills on the evening. And Katie, she has led these Sooners to a win over Baylor in the third set. And we march on to the fourth set of this matchup tonight.
She has 9 kills and is playing out of her mind today. We saw the competitor that she was her first week out against Texas with 31 kills. And Texas, with the block that they're putting up on her, the fact that she was able to get them around them that many times is impressive in and of itself. But taking a look at through set 3, what we're seeing on this side, Baylor with 40 kills to Oklahoma's 27. So still hitting much more efficiently. We see that in that 298 number over the 190. The blocking game really hasn't changed. Baylor had 2 last time we covered stats. And Oklahoma had 0, and that is something that with this Baylor team and how offensive they are, the block is going to have to be a factor in this fourth set to take it to a fifth.
So beginning the fourth set, remember in that third set, Oklahoma scored first, got the lead, never let go of it, and ended up winning over Baylor in the third set. Baylor with the first point here in set number 4. Our scores tonight so far, 25-16 Baylor in the first set, 25-13 in the second set, 25-17 OU in the third set. And the Baylor point, there's Marika getting into it. Marika Vandermark gives Baylor a 2-0 lead to start the fourth set.
Back-to-back blocks for Baylor to start this set out 2-0.
Celebrations by Marika are priceless.
They truly are.
Sanders, and another block on that side. Marika Vandermark was right there again, along with Lachey Harper. And it's 3-0 Baylor.
Talking to Marika Vandermark about her celebrations that she's just notorious for, we were worried that they might be, affected by COVID. Maybe you're not allowed to chest bump. And she said, nope, we've all been tested. We're wearing masks. I can chest bump when I want.
Here's Yassiana Presley. Big time kill, and Baylor goes up 4-0 to start this fourth set.
Coming out of that set switch over with a ton of momentum on this Baylor side.
Now, this is the way Baylor started the first and second sets, jumping to a lead. Was the opposite in the third set. Sarah Sanders with the kill for OU, gets them on the board here in the fourth set.
Keeping in mind for those just tuning in that these two teams will face each other again tomorrow night because of the change in the Big 12 schedule this year. So every point, everything that's happening is like a live scouting report for both of these sides. So tomorrow night when they come, they're going to know what to expect from each other and see what kind of versatility each side has.
And the block by OU, Gouet Diouf with the block for the Sooners.
They heard me saying there weren't enough blocks in the last set and made a change, it seems.
So 4-2 our score. Great look at it from our net cam. 4-2 Baylor on top. There's Asia Hardy serving, and the point to pull OU within 1. Asia Hardy for Oklahoma. Wow. You can block a Yasi kill attempt, you're doing something, and OU did it right there.
Yeah, I think that makes 5 blocks in this match, or in this set alone. Combined.
Abby Butler and Sarah Sanders combined for that one. And it ties it up at 4 apiece in the 4th set. Just on the top of the net and back. Baylor will take over serving and leading 5-4. Here's Chanel Bramschreiber.
Great pass by Hardy.
Oh, nice hops there by Marika. Hung in the air herself there and just dropped it back over the net for the Baylor point. Marika Vandermark, 6'6" from the Netherlands. Granby Memorial High School.
Good dig by Callie Williams there. Holds the only double-double for Baylor this season in digs and assists.
One's out for the Baylor point and a 7-4 lead. 3 straight points for the Bears to take the lead over OU.
OU having a little bit of a conversation on the sideline. Looks like they're debating if there might be a need for a challenge, but we'll see if they choose to use it.
Talking about it, but they won't follow through and
they picked it up even.
Challenge. They picked up the flag.
They were teasing us, come on.
So no challenge, Baylor point. Bramschreiber serving. Sanders. And out of bounds off of Baylor for the OU point.
That makes 9 kills for Sanders on that right side. So many of her kills coming from that down the line shot.
7-5, Baylor on top. Serve is long for the Baylor point. Some of these Big 12 double-up schedules are Thursday, Friday this year. Some are Friday, Saturday. I think it's to maximize exposure as much as anything. And we enjoy bringing this to you tonight. Sooner point pulls them within 2. It's 8-6. Total kills on the night, 30 by OU, 41 by Baylor. And OU, a nice block.
Really big block by Diouf there. Yeah, that was clean. She got excited about that one, and rightfully so.
8-7, the Baylor lead. That one is in for the Baylor point. Another kill for Yassiana Presley. Total is now 16 on the night for Presley.
Cassie Davis subbing in for Baylor on the outside. We mentioned Lauren Harrison, who's been leading the team in kills, is out tonight. And so we've seen a couple players try to come in and fill that position. And Coach McGuire, just talking to him about it, was so excited because he said, you never want anyone to be out, but it always is great to see people have an opportunity when it's their time to shine. So fun to see these new faces that are players that the Baylor program has been excited about for a while.
Diouf serving for OU. Down by 1 to Baylor. We're in the 4th set. Baylor leads 2-1. Yeah, good job not to make contact with the net there, and that'll give Baylor a point. They'll take over serving, leading 10-8. That was a point Sooners. It eluded the Baylor players on the floor. Ryan McGuire couldn't help himself. He hit that one back toward the net. Sooner point, 10-9, Baylor's lead. Good look at Tyler Alcorn, freshman from Lafayette, Louisiana, serving for OU. Cassie Davis there in the middle, Katie was talking about. Tip over the net, nice save by OU, keep it alive. Janae Dotson gets it over the net for the OU point that ties it at 10 in the fourth set.
11 kills by Janae Dotson, 2 back-to-back there. Great chemistry with her setter and Grace Talfish. You can just see that they have that tempo down. That last one we saw just how quickly she got it out to the pin. But just very versatile in the way that they're mixing up their shots with Janae Dotson.
Alcorn a little disgusted with herself, long on that serve. Baylor has the lead back, and Baylor serving. Callie Williams serving for Baylor. Janae Dotson. Baylor keeps it alive. Janae just over the net. There's Cassie, and a point for Baylor. Cassie Davis for the Bears, a freshman from Colorado.
Get another look at that from Cassie Davis. Boom!
What you were talking about, Katie, Cassie getting a chance, getting her time on the floor, and they're taking advantage of it.
She really is. I absolutely love that. I love the conversations we've had with Coach McGuire about that offside and how he thinks if his team is the #1 team in the country, that the team they're playing against should be the #2 team in the country. So to see some of those players get to come in the match and compete that are just such high-level athletes, it's so fun to watch them get that opportunity.
12-10, Baylor on top. Bramschreiber dives in to keep that one alive. Presley takes Juff's best swing, keeps it alive. And finally they find a spot. Guay Juff over the net and finds the opening for the OU point.
A couple of those from Juff tonight where she just tips it right in front of that 10-foot line. So smart and has such good court visibility.
12-11, Baylor leading, Oklahoma serving. It's Talpish. Blocked that one by Presley. And Sanders over for the point for Oklahoma, and they tie it at 12 here in the fourth set. Baylor has had the lead. OU has tied it a couple of times here in the fourth set.
Yeah, definitely more back and forth over these past couple points.
Baylor does lead 2-1. Vandemark, and that's a Baylor point for a 13-12 lead.
Vandermark, we mentioned before, but from the Netherlands, has aspirations to play for the Dutch national team and is hoping to be on that court in the 24 Olympics. And I think that play right there showed us why she deserves to be out there.
Sarah Sanders with the kill for Oklahoma. And we are tied at 13 here in the fourth set.
This is good volleyball here. We're seeing very few errors and a lot of kills on both sides. Kind of this attitude of I'm going to punch and then I'm going to punch right back, which makes it really fun for the fans to watch.
Presley flies in for that kill. Sienna Presley, really fun to watch.
Oh, she's a blast.
17 kills tonight for Presley.
She might break the all-time record tonight.
She's moved over 1,500 kills for a Baylor career already this evening. And the Sooners come right back, a point of their own. Seesaw back and forth, and we're now tied at 14. Sienna Presley has moved from 7th all-time on the kills list up to 5th. She passed Tisha Schwartz with her first couple of kills tonight. Now has passed Heather Williams. Heather Williams, 15:06. Yasiana now with 1,516 on her career. Next on the list, Katie Sanders, 15:47.
Ooh. She'll find her again.
The block again.
Keaton Kinley really is all over the place on that Oklahoma side.
Point Baylor, and that'll get us to a timeout. Baylor Golden Wave Band, courtside players masked up in the stands. Even have some shields on the trumpets and the trombones there. Make it safe for everyone.
All the instruments are safe.
Back to play, and Sooners tie this one up. We shouldn't be surprised. It's been back and forth here in this 4th set. Kill by Juff ties it at 15. Sam Anthony serving. Presley just over the net. In position, can't get the block point. Sooners, and they lead 16-15 over Baylor in the 4th set. Baylor's won 8 matches in a row over Oklahoma. That goes back to 2015. Sooners lead the all-time series 39-23. This one has become very tight here in the 4th set. Presley with another kill for Baylor. That is number 18 on the night.
18 kills. We've seen her take 40 attempts. Yasiana Presley gets a lot of sets. I think the good thing about the team this year is how versatile they really are. So hopefully that can continue to spread out and have teams not solely focused on her like they so regularly are.
Sooners come right back, regain the lead, 17-16 over Baylor. Wade Youff now will serve for OU. By tomorrow night, I'll make an attempt at her hometown.
Ooh, how fun.
Not until tomorrow.
A bit of a teaser for the people to come back tomorrow.
Come back for that.
As if the volleyball wasn't enough.
Youff over the net. Nice placement for the Sooner point, and an 18-16 lead over the Bears.
Barely 18 years old and just such a smart player. Gotta be exciting for Lindsey Gray-Walton.
Wow, there's Kara McGee. Kara McGee doing what she does so well. Point Baylor to pull the Bears within 1. Kill number 13 on the night for McGee. Had a great start to the match tonight. She had 9 kills in the first set, maybe?
8 or 9. It might have been 9. I think it was. But yeah, it's the fact that she just manages her swing so well. The balls she gets, she doesn't make a lot of errors, and she puts a ton of them away.
Well, that serve ends up as a kill for Baylor.
Good look there again at Bree Coleman. We saw her come in a lot last season as a serving specialist, and I love this player, Bree Coleman. Just comes in behind the line, is fearless, and goes for it.
And point Sooners. Baylor gets a couple to tie it up. Sooners go right back on top, 19-18 over Baylor. Coleman to the Baylor bench. Chanel Bren-Schreiber is back on. We'll look at Olivia Curtis to serve for OU.
Curtis has a really nice low flat serve that just barely grazes the net.
Can't get that one back at the net. Sooners point, they lead by 2 now, 20-18 in the fourth set. Timeout Ryan McGuire, his team down by 2 in the fourth set. Baylor is leading 2-1 over OU. Look at the staff for Coach Ryan McGuire. Jason Williams on the right there, associate head coach. Sam Erger, associate head coach. Now from last Saturday, Katie, you mentioned it, Baylor and TCU. It was the ring ceremony for Baylor. Those Big 12 championship rings. And look at the smiles. Girls like rings, right? Especially Big 12 championship rings.
They do. We covered that game last year. The confetti dropping, the trophy. They were on top of the world. The Farrell Center was an absolute mess, but they were on top of the world.
Really fun.
And so well deserved.
Ring ceremony last week. We will have a banner ceremony coming up tomorrow night. So hope you can be here with us or be tuned in on Big 12 Now on ESPN Plus as they drop a banner here at the Farrell Center for Baylor Volleyball. Oh, looky there. They are ready.
What could that be?
Yep, what could it be? We'll find out tomorrow for the banner unveiling here in the Farrell Center.
John, are you going to go up there and rip it off yourself, or what's the plan there?
It's not me.
Okay.
I think
someone had said it was, so I just wanted to make sure.
I think Jonathan Berry is the guy to be up on the catwalk.
Okay, that's fair. But you're his understudy if anything goes wrong.
Here we go, back to play. Oklahoma leading Baylor 20-18, make it 20-19. Point Bears coming out of the timeout.
Callie Williams with 5 kills of her own as the setter for the Baylor team tonight. Coach McGuire referred to her as a bulldog, and I think that is just the greatest compliment anyone could get.
So now Callie to serve for Baylor. Point here would tie it at 20 in the fourth set. Kinley to Diouf. Bren-Schreiber to Vandermark. And it's wide, point Sooners. 21-19 is the OU lead. Match tonight, match tomorrow night. Katie, have we seen enough of these back-to-back matches to know if fatigue is a factor on the second night?
I think it definitely has to be, but maybe kind of an even factor, right? Both teams are playing the same turnaround. They're getting the same recovery. So I think it'll be interesting to see how, as the season goes, as those injuries or just little aches get a little bigger, I think it'll be interesting to see which teams fight through it. Yeah, definitely exciting for getting to see some of these top 10, top 15, top 20 teams face off later on in the Big 12 season.
It's an all-conference schedule. There were no non-conference matches this year in the Big 12. And here we go, back to play. Sooners leading 22-19 in the fourth set. Cassie Davis keeps that one alive. And the dump at the net for the point by Lachey Harper. Look at it, Lachey right there, pulls Baylor within 2 at 22-20.
We talk about all the changes, the logistics, the schedules that these student athletes have been through just early on in this season already. So it's so great to see them back out there and getting to play, even if it is a little weird. I mean, right, everything about this year has been weird, but it's so fun that they're back on the court and getting to play.
Nice set for Sarah Sanders and the kill that puts the Sooners back up by 3. Another look at it, 23-20. Sooners threatening to push this one to 5 sets tonight against number 2 team in the nation, Baylor. Serve into the net, and it's 23-21 in the 4th set. Kara McGee back on for the Bears. Coleman to the bench. Chanel Bremschreiber serving. Baylor down by 2. And Sanders again flies in for the kill. It is set point for the Oklahoma Sooners, leading 24-21.
Talpish brought her in really well on that one, inside that Baylor block, and Sanders was just able to hit it straight down.
Kinley serves. Blocked by the Sooners. Schreiber keeps it alive. Here's Sanders. Baylor answers. Presley. Kinley to Sanders. Blocked by Baylor for the point. 24-22, latter stages of the 4th set.
Baylor staying alive, making OU earn this 25th point if they're going to get it.
Still set point for Oklahoma. Emily Van Slate serving. And Gion with the kill that pushes this one to set number 5. Sooners win the 4th set 25-22 over the Bears. We'll go to a 5th and deciding set here in the Farrell Center tonight. Sooners have won the last 2 after Baylor won the first 2. Gion with the kill that pushes it to the 5th set. Back with the 5th set after this. Big 12 volleyball. Baylor.
And then, yeah, we look at Diouf, and she is a huge reason why OU just pushed this to 5 sets. She has 17 kills, and she's doing it from everywhere. She's getting kills in the front, she's getting kills in the back, she's playing great defense. So definitely a good matchup between these 2 teams for this 5th set to 15.
Let's look at McGee. Up front, another kill for her, as Katie said, 13 on the night through 4 sets. Gouet Diouf, the freshman from France, doing some nice touch, nice balance in her game.
But a lot of heat we saw in that last one as well.
She is having an outstanding night. She leads OU with 17 kills this evening. Sarah Sanders has 13. Sine Dunson has 11 for OU. Diouf. We get set to begin the 5th set here to decide this one, tied at 2 apiece. For OU, it's Grace Talpish serving to start the 5th set. Baylor comes back with the first point of the 5th set. Marika Vandermark for the Bears. Vandermark now 6 kills on the night.
Definitely heating up at a good time here for this Baylor offense.
Sanders has hers blocked.
Wow, what a play by Kinley.
Kinley gets it over the net somehow. How did she do it? Double hit there and a point for OU.
Really impressive by Keaton Kinley there.
OU is playing really, really hard here on the road, looking for their first win of the season. Playing the number 1 and number 2 teams in the nation in the polls to start their season. Lost to Texas. Opening weekend, open date last week. Now here in Waco to take on second ranked Baylor. There's Yassiana Presley. Big reason the Bears number 2 in the nation.
Yeah, that's your National Player of the Year in 2019, showing up in big moments, and that's what we get when we watch Yassiana Presley.
19 kills tonight by Presley. 2-1 Baylor lead. Van Slate is long on the serve for the Oklahoma point. Emily's a sophomore out of Cy Ridge High School, Houston. There's Keaton Kinley. Such a veteran player. Boy, you can see it in her game. And Presley is blocked for the OU point. Tyler Alcorn. Block gives OU the lead, 3-2 here in the 5th set.
We are neck and neck here in this 5th set, and that's the kind of volleyball that's fun to watch when both teams want it this bad and are putting it all out there.
Just over the net, nice touch for the Baylor point. So Baylor ties it at 3 in the 5th set. Callie Williams, how many points does she have tonight? Just tipping it over the net.
5 kills of her, oh, make it 6. Excuse me, my stats didn't update. 6 kills for your 7.
And there's Diouf with another for Oklahoma. Give her 18 on the night, 18 kills, and a 4-3 Oklahoma lead in the 5th set. Just took OU a little while to get going tonight. They lost those first 2 sets. Never trailed in the 3rd set, won that one, won a tight one in the 4th set. Here we are, another tight one here in the 5th set.
It did. Impressed by OU's ability to change up their game plan, see what Baylor was doing that was beating them, and make those changes in this 3rd and 4th set.
There's a nice touch over the net for the Baylor point by Kara McGee to tie it at 4. McGee to serve for the Bears, 4-4 in the 5th set. Diouf is long on that swing. Point Baylor.
Grace Talpish looking for Diouf every chance she gets, and rightfully so with her having 18 kills tonight.
5-4 lead for the Bears. McGee. Oh, nice move, just over the net. And the Sooners tie it at 5. That's Grace Talpish on her own with the point. Dwayne Diouf serving. And OU with the block of Presley for the point. Hey, Dotson there. Another look at it to time it just right, and Dotson to get the block.
Yeah, Alcorn coming in to assist Dodson on that one and just did a great job of reading Yasiana Presley's back row attack and pressing over the net.
6 blocked tonight by OU. Baylor has 7. Point Sooners. They go up 7-5 on the Bears here in the 5th set.
The call was in the net. Doesn't look like McGuire's using a challenge on it, so he might agree.
Diouf serving again for OU, leading by 2. Lee Coleman with the point for Baylor.
We saw Coleman come in and serve with that firepower, and now we just saw it on the front row as well.
And Slate to the bench. Marika Vandermark is back on for the Bears. Callie Williams with the serve. Sine Dotson has her shot blocked. Well done tonight by Shea Harper.
I mean, it is one side goes, the other side goes, back and forth volleyball. One team punches, the other punches back. This is fun Big 12 volleyball for the season.
Harper ready at the net, 7-7, 5th and deciding set. We're able to keep that one in play. Diouf, point Sooners. Wei Diouf, I'm telling you, she is as good as advertised, what we've seen tonight from the freshman from France. Timeout on the floor. Let's step aside. Oklahoma leads Baylor 8-7. Up today at ESPNplus.com/Big12 now. Got a good one for you tonight. Baylor and Oklahoma in a 5th and deciding set. Point by Baylor out of the timeout. Ties this one at 8 apiece in the 5th set. And Mark celebrating with her teammates. Katie, this is tight. 8-8 in the 5th set.
Some may say truly as close as it could be at this point in time.
And back-to-back points by Baylor out of the timeout. Baylor takes the lead, 9-8. Yassiana Presley.
That final kill taking Yassi Presley to 20 kills on the night, and right across from the net from her is Gouet Diouf with 19. It is a battle of the outsides, and they are both crushing it.
And Schreiber with the dive, keeps it alive. And a Baylor point, 3 straight by Baylor out of the timeout. 10-8 Baylor lead. Coach Lindsey Gray-Walton wants a timeout on the Sooner side. That's a little mini run there by Baylor. Go up 10-8 on OU. Well, let's take it back a little bit on a Thursday. Talk about your throwback Thursdays. Take a look at this. Baylor and Oklahoma going back to the early days, playing it against each other. And we're going to show you what it looked like back in the early days of volleyball. This would have been back when Sooners were in Big 8 days. Baylor was in Southwest Conference days. Matched up against each other, and see how things have changed to today in so many ways. There you go. Transformation Thursday. Look at that. Isn't that a great picture?
It really is. The haircuts are different. The shorts are different. We have truly transformed.
1976 is what that goes back to. So that is funny. Think about all the changes in the game and the athleticism. Nothing against those athletes from 1976.
Absolutely. But way before John or myself were born.
But that's fun to see that and where we are tonight with these two. No, not really. Lindsey Gray-Walton has her team playing very well here against the number 2 team in the nation. Bears are 10-8 lead in the 5th and deciding set. Ryan McGuire trying to urge his team on to what would be a 4th consecutive victory on the season. Baylor serving. Zane Dotson. This is point Baylor. 11-8 is the Baylor lead.
Baylor extending the lead to 3, just 4 points away from finishing this set. Really is crunch time for the Oklahoma Sooners.
Bree Coleman serving for Baylor. The Sooners come back. It's a string of 4 straight points by the Bears. Back to 11-9, Baylor on top.
Emil Bowden back in for Baylor. Coach loves the way that she leads them in ball control, so definitely someone he wants in the game at this point.
Tauppi serving for the Sooners. 5th set. Yassiana Presley, that is long point Sooners. It's back to a 1-point match in the 5th set, 11-10. Tauppi serving again. 11-10, Baylor on top, 5th set. Bears won the first 2, Sooners won sets 3 and 4.
Finding Yassiana Presley.
And Sarah Sanders comes through again for OU. That'll tie it at 11 apiece. Timeout Baylor, 11-11 in the 5th set. Baylor and OU here in the Farrell Center this evening. What do you think? So the Sooners with a bye week last week had some extra time to get ready in the fifth set, Baylor and OU. Bears had a nice run in there, 4 straight points, took the lead 11-8, I think it was. Sooners have come right back. Timeout by Ryan McGuire. And here we go, Sooners serving as we resume play. Reese Talpish.
Good high swing by Marika Vandermark.
Hudson. Nicely sets for Vandermark. Graham Schreiber for Presley.
Diouf with the one arm.
Wow. Vandermark.
Scrappy volleyball being played on both sides.
Wow. That is in. Point Sooners. Not sure if that one was going to be ruled in or not, but the Sooners have the point. Makes it 12-11 OU. They're not in, but touched by Baylor on that back line. So 12-11. Sooners lead in the fifth set. Talpish. Presley in for the Bears.
And very well timed by the National Player of the Year.
There's Yassiana Presley. Big time kill. Ties it at 12 here in the fifth set.
Presley's that go-to player that you want to find as a setter in these moments.
There are 21 kills on the night for Presley. Coach McGuire said something to one of our officials who walks down and talks to the Oklahoma coaches. Things get deathly quiet in here. But here we go, back to play. Bram Schreiber serving. 12-12, fifth set. Dotson has her shot blocked. Baylor with the point to go up 13-12. Marika Vandermark with the block for the Bears.
6 blocks from Vandermark on the night.
Timeout on the floor. Great shot of that. Vandermark with the block that puts Baylor up 13-12.
12 in the fifth set. When spring seasons were canceled, these are the moments we were missing. These are the things we were hoping for. So exciting face-off at this point in the game.
Swing by by Vandermark. Here's Presley. And Gouet Diouf with another kill for Oklahoma, ties it at 13. Boy, that freshman is playing lights out tonight against the Bears. 20 kills tonight for Diouf.
You said it, John. Definitely as good as advertised.
So OU will serve 13-13 in set number 5. Asia Hardy. Vandermark with the kill for the Bears.
Coming alive in this fifth set.
It is match point for Baylor, leading 14-13 over Oklahoma. Vandermark, the big left-hand swing. So here comes Baylor, match point. Trying to win it in 5 over Oklahoma and keep that home court win streak alive. Sanders for OU. Graham Schreiber sets for Presley. Kentley keeps it alive. Here comes Presley, and that's the match. Yassiana Presley finishes it off. What a match between these two tonight, but Baylor wins it on a Yassiana Presley kill. They win it in 5 over Oklahoma. How about this one tonight? And how about OU? Now a tough luck 0-3 in Big 12 conference play. They played very, very well on the road tonight against Baylor.
OU came in and put everything they had on the court. I love the fight in this team, and I love this Baylor win in 5 sets at the end of the match. Looking forward to seeing these two teams face off again, same time tomorrow night.
Up next here on ESPNU, Geico ESPN High School Football Showcase, a replay of two powerhouse programs, IMG Academy versus Ravenwood. That is coming up next on ESPNU. What a match tonight. We'll do it again tomorrow. Hope you can join us on Big 12 Now on ESPN+. For Katie Smith, I'm John Morris saying so long from Waco, Texas. Once again, our final score, second-ranked Baylor knocks off Oklahoma 3-2. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
"20 minutes